event going on where you can get Mikage Soulstone, but the question is, are you going to be able to get that #1 spot? For today's video, I'm going to take you guys through my account. I want to show you what my tournament looks like, and I'm also going to let you know where I'm at with the Mikage fusion and what I still need to do to be able to get her. Hey you guys, it's Cece. Welcome back to my channel. Today, as I said, we're talking about Miss Lady Mikage. She has a fusion that I have been working on because she's such an incredible support unit, and I appreciate the fact that it's one that we're able to actually go ahead and fuse and get her, and she is someone who's really useful. So since I've started this game, I have slowly worked towards trying to get her, and I'm close, but not close enough. So she'll probably be my first mythical unless I somehow get lucky on a primal shard, but so far I have really only pulled rares from primal shards. So of course we know Lady Mikage being an amazing support unit. I mean, looking at her skill 1, the fact that she will attack an enemy with a random ally, also from the Shadowkin faction, which I feel like Shadowkin is slowly becoming my favorite faction, because looking at the champs that come out of here, they look so cool, and their skill sets are pretty neat too. It also places a shield buff equal to a % of this champion's max HP on the ally with lowest HP for 2 turns. So the fact that this comes out of her skill 1 is so good. Second skill being an AoE attack, all enemies, decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs and ally debuffs by a turn, and increasing the duration of all enemy debuffs and ally buffs by a turn. So we love that in a champion. Placing a 50% increase attack buff, 30% increase damage buff on all allies for 2 turns, and teams up with all allies to attack a single enemy. I mean, just imagine everybody going in on one of those enemies. And then, of course, her being able to transform into her other form, and at the start of the champion turn, removes all debuffs from the ally with the highest attack. Oh my goodness, she is a champ that I want you guys slowly working on it. And then when she transforms, she's able to place a sleep debuff, decreasing the turn meter, still attacking everyone, again being able to stun, decreasing the turn meter. So much crowd control out of this champion, placing a 50% increased accuracy buff on all allies for 2 turns, removing all buffs from all enemies, and placing a weakened debuff for 2 turns. And then, of course, her having her passive, which at the start of the champion's turn decreases the turn meter of the enemy with the highest attack by 15%. So great support. You have crowd control coming out of one of her forms, and then just a lot of support coming out of the other ones. Now, in terms of where I am at for her, there's still a few champions that I'm missing. If you've been following along my raid journey, then you may have seen some of my shard pulls, and from time to time I will mention where I'm at for Mikage and what I have and what I'm missing. So if you were there, you saw that I did manage to actually pull this legendary. So that right there saves me a huge amount of work, because I really don't have to worry about actually fusing this legendary. I can go ahead and do that. In terms of the next legendary, I am still missing 2 champions that I need. So these are the 2 that I am missing. I've not been able to get them yet, despite the ancient shards and the sacred shards. It has yet to happen. On this champion, now we're down to the epics, I've actually gotten 3 of this one. Somehow I've pulled 3 of them, so this one is ready. Again, I don't need to worry about fusing, but even if I did, at least I had all the material ready and needed for it. And then this brings us over to the void. So I've not been able to pull this void Weregrin, and I also have not been able to pull this Centurion. It is the last piece that I need for the void side. So I am 3 champs short right now for Mikage, and I know that from time to time they will do like the guarantee, like summon X amount of shards, then you will be able to get the epic. I mean, at this point I might have to go for that. I don't know. My other account has somehow pulled 2 of this champ, and it's like I just needed 1 here. So essentially at the moment I am only 3 champs away. So I mean, slowly but surely getting there. Well, my interest was actually piqued when they gave us a champion training tournament, and I immediately noticed that it was to get Lady Mikage's perfect soul, which is crazy. So looking at this tournament that has been going on now for a few different days, essentially, depending what level you were, it depended on what perfect soul you may potentially be able to get. So level 1 to level 50, it would be Lady Mikage's 3-star soul, but you do need 7,500 minimum points. Level 51 to 70 is Mikage's 4-star perfect soul, minimum requirement being 12,500 points. And then level 71 to 100 being Lady Mikage's 5-star perfect soul, but you needed 20k points as the minimum to be able to qualify. Now, no, if you take 1st place, but you have not earned the minimum points required, you will not receive it. So that alone is like saying like you need to make sure that you have enough points that you'll actually qualify to get it. But then it's that you need it to be in that #1 spot to actually be able to get it. Now, for a lot of the tournaments, I keep an eye on what's in the #1 spot, what like champions and like you may be able to get, because sometimes it's a champion on a #1 spot. And typically those ones, of course, being a lot more cutthroat. Like you will notice people just climb to the top and usually have an insane amount of points and stay up there compared to everyone else versus some of the other tournaments, which are a bit closer. So for example, let me pop up one of the, let's do the Gear Ascension tournament. So the newest tournament that's just come out. Let it load up and I'll kind of show you. So not a huge disparity between the first place and the second place. I mean, there's still 2 days for it. So you have somebody just under 7,000, next under 4,500, the one below that being 1,000. So a bit of a disparity in there. And then let's go for the Ice Golem turn attack, for example. So down for this one, I mean, this is a good example of that #1 spot just like taken off. But the #2 and the #3 slot not being super far away from each other. Now, the one that I was super curious about, because like I said, it was the one to actually get Lady Mikage's perfect soul, which by the way, I'm at level 70 and I'm so close to 71. So mine would be a 4-star if I did go in for it. Only being like almost a half level short, 36%. So I was like, if I did go for it, oh my, like, question, if I did reach level 7, probably not because the event's already started, but if I reached level 71 while it was ongoing, I feel like I'd be so close to that 5-star. But you guys, like, spoiler alert, I'm not going for it. I'm not going to try to get it. And that is just simply because of point disparity that there is going on with it. So I will actually show you this on both of my raid accounts to see where I'm at. Oh, this one's actually, someone's actually catching up. That's not too bad. Maybe it's my other account. Things have kind of changed a bit. So good example. You could see here, we got these top 3, even actually the 4, like they're all trying to catch up, but we still have 2 days and 9 hours as of right now for this top spot being 8,493 points. But the #2, he's creeping on up on him, 8,348, and then below that 7,429. Now looking through all this, and I do think mine is probably lower on this account than my other account because my other account is the 5-star pull for her. So like I said, I am going to show you guys that one. But looking at what you actually need to do, I did factor in like, what do I need to do to be able to get this if I wanted the perfect soul? So leveling up 8, like I'm looking at the max, right? So I'm looking at 6-star, 8 tournament points there. Upgrading a champion. So if I do go ahead and make a couple level 66-star champs, 300 points. That's quite a bit needed there. Ascending, I mean, probably like legendaries and epics is what I'm looking at. 25 points, 15 points, and then skill tomes. So this is initially where I was like, oh, I got skill tomes. Like I got champs. I need to go ahead and skill up. I mean, even then, if I'm looking at the rare, 25, epic 75, legendary being 200. Now, typically, I will have a lot of food actually like fodder waiting for champion training. But I feel like recently I've blown through a lot of it between the Fabian fusion and then the other events going on and trying to do some of this Titan event. I don't have a whole lot of like fodder sitting around and waiting. So if I was to go ahead and say do some upgrading of skills, I do have 19 books. But I mean, I'll probably use some of them just so I'm able to at least get some of the stuff I need like on the side here, up here, some of this stuff. But I don't think I'm going to be going for that #1 spot. This one is my CC Raids account. So this is my other account. And I am curious because I actually haven't checked this since I think like early yesterday morning. And it was a huge lead. Like somebody had at least 10K more than the second place. So I'm curious to see where it's at now and if somebody has caught up because I haven't actually checked it. So yeah, that's see, like this one I feel like has a way bigger disparity than the other account does. Keep in mind, there is still 2 days for this, but the person in the #1 spot right now, they have the 20K. So essentially if they stay there, they're able to get her 5-star. And I do think that's why on this one, the points are that much closer because the next person is just like under 15,000 and then the one below that being 13. So I do think these top 3 are definitely trying to compete for it. And this person like has been in the #1 slot, like I said, since the beginning. They have stayed up there. So I'm curious to see like how this is going to progress and go. I will take a look at this, of course, when this event is done and just curious to see the points and what people are at. But like, I guess what I can tell you is I'm not going to be getting the perfect soul on either of the accounts. So for this account and the fusion, just to show you what I am missing. So this one, I've actually got this champ ready and waiting for the void. However, I am still missing one over on the epic I need here. And then I'm still missing the 2 champs I need on this one. Other than that, this legendary is ready to be fused. So I am also just actually missing 3 champions as well to be able to fuse her here. If you download Raid Shadow Legends using my link, I'm actually going to start you off with the free legendary champion on day 1. And then at level 10, level 20, and level 30, you'll get yourself an epic. That is 4 amazing champions that you can get just by downloading using my link. If you have downloaded using my link, then don't forget you can also enter a new player code, and there are a few of them out there. You can use code MONKEYKING, get yourself Sun Wukong, or maybe you want Alice, use GETALICE. You can also use GETLOKI or Supreme 6 and get yourself Supreme Galek. Just make sure if you download, you are entering one of those codes right away to get yourself another free legendary. Lady Mikage, of course, being an insane mythical that I can't wait to get, although I am still just a little ways away and definitely not going to be going for the soulstone. But I am curious. I want you guys to comment down below and let me know, what does your tournament look like? How many points does your number 1 spot, number 2, number 3? I just want to know, like, how close are they compared to what I'm seeing in my bracket. Be sure you subscribe so you don't miss out when I do finally fuse her in the future. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!